everybody, and welcome to Modena to Maranello, the Everything Ferrari Motorsport podcast. Today, as you can see, we thought we would talk about our Mecca, Maranello. We were fortunate enough to be there last summer, so I thought we would talk about that. So my name's Toby. I'm here in London, and up there in Birmingham, we have...
Hi guys, it's Paul here, and I hope you enjoy it.
Okay, so I've been fortunate enough to be to go to Maranello a few times, but last August was actually my birthday, and I thought we would all celebrate there if possible, and a few of us were able to do that. So Paul, obviously you were there. It was your first time there, so I know how special it was for me going there the first time. So I was just curious, what were your thoughts on that when you first got there? What did you think?
Yeah, it's one thing I've always wanted to do, and it's one thing I needed to do in my lifetime. I had to go.
It's always best when you're alive, you know.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but yeah, I better get on with it in my 50s now. So I knew I had to get
That's
on
it,
with
mate. Yeah.
But obviously, I knew it was your birthday, you were going there. That was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I needed to go, and obviously to celebrate your birthday as well. There's things like Monaco Grand Prix I'd love to go to, an Indy 500, but if I don't go,
Yeah.
it's not the end of the world. But Maranello, I needed to go to, and I've seen so many pictures, photos, videos, so many posts that friends have gone to see, gone to Maranello and all the iconic places, and I just thought, I need to see this myself at some point.
Of course. Yeah, I the first time I went there, well, yeah, incredibly emotional, of course. I didn't, apart from the obvious stuff of the factories, the old factory, the new factory, I didn't really know what to expect, but the first time I saw it, I was just speechless. I walked past it was the F1 factory first time before I saw the old entrance there, and just stopped looking at it. I couldn't move, and the group of people I were with, they sort of carried on walking because they've been there a few times, and it was like old news for them. They wanted to get to the boozer, but for me, I was like, just and it was actually someone else who came back and found me, like 5 minutes later, and went, I get it. Like, this just you need to take this in. It's okay. Like, stand, it was unbelievable. And of course the old entrance as well. I don't know what you thought about that, but for me, my goodness, like, how emotional is that? And the history, seeing in my mind those first cars rolling out of there, and all the way up to Charles doing his F1 car out of there a couple of years ago. Wow.
Yeah, it just didn't seem real. I came around the corner and there it was, and it was just like, wow, here we are, blue sky, typically Italy, August time, beautiful weather.
Yeah.
Got there and I just thought, wow, I'm here. I had to take so many photos of various different parts of it, but that was very emotional to see. Thinking, I always felt, will I ever get to see this myself in person? And I did, and it was as good as I thought it was going to be.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't know what it is. I could just stand in front of either of those entrances and forever. I could just stand there looking at it, imagining things and recalling things, and and seeing history. It's just there, isn't it? So maybe I'm a little nuts. I don't know, but I could stand there forever.
No, I totally understand what you think. You just take it all in, and it takes a long time. You've got to spend a bit of time there. You can't just It's not a quick minute and go. It's sort of, you stand there and things go through your head, and
sure,
it's an amazing feeling. It's an absolutely amazing feeling.
It really is. Yeah. So we find ourselves in Maranello. Obviously, a few beers to be done, and but I was just, what was top of your list to do there, Paul? What was the first time you're there? You've got to do this. What was it?
Yeah, obviously the factory gates was really important, which we've obviously just discussed. The other thing was Fiorano, and wanted to see the test
Mm.
track,
Yeah, that
and
was big for me too.
so it was great to walk down the main road and past the museum, and then turn right to see the actual sign and the entrance for the test track there. That for me
Yeah,
was just absolutely amazing to see
yeah,
with the huge
yeah, me
sign.
too.
Um,
Yeah, did I mean you know, I'm sure people who've been there will know this, but for anyone who hasn't, there's a little bridge as you sort of come
yeah,
out of Maranello towards Fiorano. There's a
yeah,
obviously a road that goes over a little bridge, and you can see the entire test track from
yeah,
the road there. And most people will stand there and watch cars go round.
yeah, yeah,
Like I say, we were there in August, so it was
yeah,
off season.
yeah,
So it was summer break, so there was nothing going around. But normally there is something. You could sit in any bar or cafe during the
yeah,
day in Maranello and hear engines roaring,
yeah,
and everyone just runs up there and
yeah, yeah,
watches
yeah, yeah.
and sees what's going on. But for me, that was huge too. You know, I had to see that, and yeah, no, it was amazing. So, I mean, obviously, you know, the test track is great, Fiorano, and the images of that. But were there any restaurants or bars or um,
Yeah,
anything you wanted
well,
to? I mean, bars, of course. Sorry, what am I saying? Of course, boozers. But
yeah.
apart from
Well,
that, you
obviously, as
know,
soon as we got out the taxi, we were straight in the bar,
that's
which
it.
was
I
nice.
mean,
And
ton of
you,
museums as well to choose from. You know,
that's it. Yeah, they're another day, but we'll
yeah.
yeah. It's like going on
Let's just
holiday,
talk.
isn't it? You go on holiday, it's like right straight to the bar. So
Absolutely, yeah.
obviously, you guys had been before, and we call it Massimo's Bar, don't we?
Gallery bar, yeah.
The gallery bar,
Mm,
and
yeah,
it's absolutely fantastic. It's got all the SFC stickers on the door from all the different clubs over the world. So it's just full of stickers, lots
yeah,
of pictures up with drivers, and lots of memorabilia and stuff like that. It's
yeah,
fantastic, and it's run by Massimo and his family. They're
yeah.
obviously lovely people,
Hmm.
make you feel really welcome. So the first thing is we had a few beers at his bar, and we felt really comfortable. So that was a great start. There's lots to see, but it's quite nice to chill and just watch a few Ferraris come down the road from the test driving places. So it was really good. That was a great
That's
start.
it. Yeah, there are. I mean, it's worth mentioning that any bar you go into or any shop you go into in Maranello is full of Ferrari merchandise or memorabilia. You know, restaurants, everything. Wherever you go, there's red everywhere, which is really. It sort of it took me back quite a bit actually because you know you just think maybe it's just in you know in the factory or around you know around the museums, but it's not. It's
Uh,
literally everywhere. They live and breathe red
yeah,
in that town, and you know again something else you didn't unfortunately see in that time is the because the factory was shut.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
is all the workers.
yeah,
So
yeah,
normally there are just people everywhere in Ferrari
yeah,
uniforms,
yeah,
factory uniforms, walking around. I mean, that's their job, you know. So and they live there. So there
yeah,
are thousands of people just walking around in and out of the gates doing shifts, you know, and you see them. It's really incredible. The whole vibe there is something like I say for us fans. There is nothing like it. You know, you're not going to go to Brackley or
no,
you
no.
know down. Do you know what I mean?
No,
It doesn't work
it's
that
totally
way. You know.
different. Yeah, they really get
Yeah,
into that Ferrari vibe.
yeah.
And it's fantastic. And then we had a few beers in the Planet Hotel bar, which I think was really nice as well, opposite
A few. Yes, we did. Yes, of course.
the
Yeah,
factory gates,
yeah.
which was
There,
really
there are a
nice.
few. Yeah, there are a few bars around there. The bar 27 there,
Yeah,
which is around the corner from the just right across from the museum there, isn't it? Which is
yeah,
great. Um, yeah, no, there are a few bars around. Pit Stop is also good. Drake is
yeah,
also good.
yeah,
There's a few really cool places. So let's put it this way: there's no shortage of beer if you want it,
No.
or coffee,
It's a good
or
place.
pastries, or and restaurants full of amazing pasta. We should mention
Yeah,
some of those later.
yeah.
But
Yeah. The restaurants, obviously, some of them were closed because it was, as you said, the off season. I
yeah,
walked into Montana's by obviously the test track.
you did that, yeah, because that was closed.
It was
Unfortunately, we
closed,
couldn't go there.
unfortunately, because I couldn't
Mhm.
go there. But I decided on the Sunday morning to walk down towards the test track and just stood there for about an hour, just seeing everything.
Yeah,
You can see the pit garages on the left, which you see where the cars come out of. Lots of
that's
shell
it.
signs and all that sort of stuff. And it's just visualizing who'd taken cars around there. Obviously Schumacher,
Yeah,
um, Vettel. You can just there's so many great drivers that
yeah.
have driven around that track. So it's a bit reminiscing a little
Mm.
bit, sort of
Hmm.
really taking it all in. And then I carried on walking to Montana's bar, which is a little bit out
Hmm.
the way from sort of
Yeah,
Maranello itself.
it's in Fiorano. Yeah,
Yeah, in
yeah.
Fiorano, just obviously down the
Mm.
road, just outside Maranello. So I just kept walking, nice walk, Sunday morning, blue sky, and then I came across it, and yeah, wow, here it is. No one around, just me,
Yeah,
and yeah, great.
beautiful. Yeah, no, it's a stunning the interior, which I'm so sad for you that you didn't
Yeah,
get to
yeah,
see that,
yeah,
but we will go back together
yeah. We are definitely
and
going
uh,
to. Yeah,
and
yeah,
do that. But
yeah,
when it comes to high class, and I don't mean that in a snobby way, just pure class memorabilia,
yeah,
passionate, beautiful,
yeah,
everything you want to see as a Ferrari fan is in there, including my favorite item. I mean, obviously the original helmet. I mean,
yeah,
helmets, gloves, suits,
yeah,
pictures of superstars that have eaten in there, and all the drivers. They've signed everything. I mean, it's absolutely crazy in there. Um, and Mama Rosella as well. But the one of my favorite items in there is there's a Schumacher race suit. Now
yeah.
there are people out there who will know what race this is from, but it's his race suit with a mistake on it, and it's the only one that exists. And the German flag on the belt of the race suit is upside down. It's a
All
mistake,
right.
and they have that in there.
Oh
And
wow.
it's obviously behind glass framed, like everything else is in there.
Yeah,
So we can't spill beer or pizzas on it. But so and it it's incredible. I mean, it's priceless. That's
yeah,
priceless, and it's just
yeah.
there for
Definitely.
everybody to enjoy and
Yeah,
see. So
yeah. I
uh,
must say, from outside, but looking up to the windows, you can see a little bit. I saw a Barrichello helmet in the window.
right,
I was just hoping maybe someone would popped in for something and can I just have a quick look around? But I was hoping, but it never happened. But it was Sunday morning. I remember
mm,
uh, sending the pictures to my wife Sarah, thinking, "Look where I'm outside Montana's," and
mm.
yeah, it was just surreal, really. So yeah, I look forward to next time to be able to go actually indoors and eat the beautiful food.
It
Um,
is incredible food in there. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
yeah, it's incredible, and there's no snobbery. It's not.
no,
It's
no,
very relaxed.
yeah,
And just a bit, inside and outside. There's a nice courtyard, isn't there? Sort of
yeah,
front
yeah.
area where you can sit outside.
But again, I was
Yeah,
just
it's
thinking the
beautiful.
drivers that have been walked through that door. It's just history is
Yeah,
amazing, and
pictures on the
let's hope
wall.
that will keep going for years to come as it is.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, you know, but yeah, same with Fiorano. Like I mean, Kubica and Mark Genet were going around there in the
Yeah,
new
yeah,
hypercar the other day.
yeah,
So having a bash on that. So that again continues. I've seen Carlos go around there. Well, I'm not going to. No one cares who I've seen or who I haven't seen going out, but it's incredible. So,
yeah,
what was your favorite museum? Because there were two.
yeah,
Obviously, there's two. Actually, there's a few. We won't talk about one of them because it starts with the L word, the Lamborghini word. But that's not far away. Although I have been, and it is fantastic, and
yeah,
people should
yeah,
should take note of that. Um, but you've got the one in Modena,
yeah,
and you've got the museum, which is right behind your head there, the entrance to it,
yeah, yeah.
which is in Maranello. What did you think of the Maranello Museum?
Yeah, absolutely loved it. It's huge. There's lots to see. And obviously you got the main center part with the Formula One cars, which you see a lot of pictures of. And I spent probably a good hour in that part of the museum. But no, it was a really good museum, and I think it's great to have that in Maranello for tourists to come in and to visit. I think you need some sort of base in Maranello to say what can you do in Maranello. You've got this massive museum, and obviously we know there's coach loads coming and shuttle buses coming all the time. So it's obviously great for the area. And also at the time there was the Nürburgring 24-hour Ferrari winning car plus trophy in the sort of extra room. They have like an extra room. That was great to see. That was quite fresh from the race as well recently. So
The 296 was in there, wasn't it?
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right.
So that was great to see.
Mm.
Yeah, it was a really good museum, well put together, and well worth the money. And as a SFC membership member, you get a good discount as well from that. So
That's true. Yeah, that's
good
true. You
part of
do.
being a benefit of the group as well.
You also get the discount in the museum store as well, the shop
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
which
yeah.
is
The good
worth
store
it.
again.
Yeah. But yeah, yeah. That's. I mean, talking about museum shops, and obviously the Ferrari flag store is there.
Yeah,
Did you obviously you went into that, Paul? So what we all know it's high class fashion and
yeah,
very high priced
yeah.
memorabilia,
Yeah,
helmets.
I went in on the Sunday morning when I sort of
Mm.
walked down to the Fiorano test track and Montana's, and went on my way back. I went back to the factory gates, had about a tenth stop at that area, and then went over to the store. Um, yeah, you want to go and buy something, but there's not a lot to buy unless you've got a lot of money. And it's a little bit awkward. It's very quiet. Like maybe because it was Sunday morning. Um, so you go in there and you can understand that expensive items, so the staff got to keep an eye on you. So you feel like you've got all these eyes on you as you walk around. It's very quiet. So you feel a little bit awkward, I feel, going in there. You feel
Right,
like
right,
you only have to pick something up and it's all up there, they jump on you. And so it was a
right.
little bit hello, and I sort of gave the impression I'm just having a look.
It's
Um,
yeah, I mean it's a bit like Burberry, you walk in there and
yeah,
like on Regent Street, it's a bit like that, you walk in there or any
yeah,
high price store like that. But yeah, absolutely. People are attentive, but I mean they're very friendly and they're
yeah,
welcoming
yeah,
and
yeah,
they probably 90% of the people in there don't buy anything. They just wander around and have a look
yeah,
and
yeah.
gasp and whoop and pick it up and then put it back down again. So yeah, of course, that is a fantastic museum in Maranello. We recommend anyone who hasn't been there to see that, or if you're going, please check it out. It is obviously you will. It's fantastic. The other one not far away in Modena is the Enzo Museum. There's another one there which is slightly bigger and sort of focuses on different things. Of course, did you visit there as well, Paul?
Yeah, we went there one day and great to see. It's very sort of open plan and very light and clean.
Yeah,
Some great classic Ferraris to see there. And also they've got on the screen the Pavarotti video
yeah.
theme, which was
Mhm.
was great to see to watch within the museum.
Yeah,
But
I think that shows. Yeah.
well worth a visit to both museums, definitely.
Yeah, I think they change the contents, the exhibits in there quite often.
Yeah,
So even
yeah,
if you've been there before, if you go there 6 months later, it's sort of slightly different, which is very cool. I love the engine department in there and
yeah,
the room with all the old files in,
yeah,
and
yeah.
things like that. And as you say, there's a big sort of video that is shown on because it's sort of in a dome, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
it's a
sort of
very
half.
sort of shaped and very open.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and sort of half of the dome becomes a video screen. It's like
yeah,
projected
yeah,
onto
yeah,
the back end of it, and it's a very moving
yeah,
video
yeah.
that is
It
shown about
really is.
Enzo.
Really gets you. Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
well worth a watch.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's very good. So of course, coming back to Maranello, there are some amazing monuments and sculptures around the city. And Maranello is not a big place. everyone seems to know each other or bump into people that we've seen earlier on in the day, and you see these amazing sculptures and monuments as you walk around. Were there any that you wanted to see, Paul, or maybe that you had heard about or
Yeah, I
bumped
mean,
into?
first of all, the Cavallino, the metal sculpture that you on the roundabout when you come into
Yeah,
Maranello, absolutely awe-inspiring to see. One of the biggest, I think, tourist attractions personally,
yeah,
I think, in Maranello.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've got the Gilles Villeneuve bust up by close to Fiorano, which is incredible. The sculpture, yeah,
The town hall, sort of town square area, the
yeah,
Enzo sculpture is absolutely amazing. And as
yeah,
you
it
said,
is. It sort of depicts events in his life. It just sort of goes
yeah, it's
around
amazing.
different
Yeah.
events of his life, and of course, you've got the monument, Enzo Ferrari monument there in the park. And the of course the shield, the Ferrari shield, which I think I sort of nearly passed out on one night in.
Shield on the grass is beautiful, isn't it? It's
It's
huge.
it's stunning. I'll try and find a
It
picture and
sits up a
put all
bit.
of these monuments we're talking about up.
Yeah.
But there are, yeah, it seems to be a bit of a tradition of mine to sort of at some point stagger along that way around midnight and just sort of fall in love with it all over again and just lie, and I just lie on it, and
Yeah.
someone generally takes
You'll
a
probably
picture.
sleep one night on it, won't you? In years
You
to
know
come.
what? If it's warmer, then I absolutely have no problem. I'll be arrested, I'm sure, but I'd happily do that. It is
Yeah.
yeah, it's very emotional seeing those kind of things.
The City di Maranello with the horse, it lights up at night. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah, the roundabout there in
Yeah.
the yeah, it's actually the one. It's very close to what you could see above,
Yes,
or
that's
next to
right.
my
Yeah,
head,
with
this side.
the
Yeah,
wording on the bottom going around the
yeah,
actual roundabout.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, lots of just cool places you suddenly sort of stumble into, whether the memorabilia shops as well. They're all
Yeah, I
kind
mean,
of different.
there's obviously I think Maranello Collections, the one with all the books,
Yes,
which is fantastic and a
like it's
nice
got
garden.
posters and books and
Yeah, posters as well.
hundreds of them. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then is it Horse Lynn? Have I said that right? Horse Lynn.
Let's go with that.
That's amazing shop. I love that shop with the clothing
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
postcards and different little bits that you don't normally see mainstream.
yeah.
Um,
And you've
and
got the
it's
pit stop around the other side as
yeah, the
well.
pit stop as well, which is great. Motorsport Maranello store as well on the main stretch.
Yep,
Who's a great guy that runs that.
yep.
But what gets me, some of these stores with the diecast cars, they sort of sell non-Ferrari ones like McLaren and so on. And I just find really weird who would go and buy a Lewis Hamilton Mercedes diecast car in Maranello. It's just quite strange, really.
You know what? I every time I wasn't going to mention this, Paul, so this is all your fault, mate. But every time you're bringing out my Mercedes anger here.
Sorry about that.
So no, that's all right, mate. Every time I've been to Maranello, there's always some idiot, and I hope you're watching this because you are idiots for doing that. Um, there's always someone walking around, with a Mercedes cap on or a Mercedes t-shirt or something. Like they've got some kind of point to prove they're going to
Yeah.
be there, sort of like a peacock. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm walking down here. Why? Why do you do it? Why? Or what's the deal with that? I mean, it's so
Yeah. When we were there
horrible.
was a guy in
Mm.
a McLaren cap, not just a
Right.
t-shirt, the full McLaren cap and like t-shirt and jacket, full Monty. And it's just a bit like,
It's just
no.
weird, right?
Yeah, it's just go plain clothes if you're not a Ferrari fan. Just wear a
Yeah.
normal polo shirt and a jacket.
It's
Just
just provocative. I mean,
yeah.
I'd never actually, go up to these people and say, actually, I did, but that's not the point. We'll move on from that. So, of course, there's one of the restaurants we haven't mentioned, which is the famous restaurant there, the Cavallino. So, unfortunately, it's not the original. Of course, we were, for people who don't know, it was pulled down and rebuilt. I know a lot of history. Everything sort of went out with that, didn't it?
I suppose there
But
comes a time when they need to refurbish and
Yeah,
renovate. And
do what you got to do. But I mean, just it still serves um, the same function. The drivers and team personnel will walk out of the old factory gates, which are right opposite across the street and in there for lunch.
yeah,
But the Cavallino, old or new, it just to be in that space where Enzo used to be and all that history has taken place was pretty spectacular. So, but Paul, you've actually got a funny story about well, I'm not going to mention it. I'll let you take over from here.
yeah. One of our friends in the group must have been in communication with the mayor of Maranello. He's called Luigi. Um, Very personal, proactive guy within the area, and he kindly came along to see us on one of the days in Massimo's bar, the Gallery Bar as it's called. And yeah, he sat down and had a great chat with us. Spent quite a bit of time with us, and one of our friends wanted to see the Ferrari Maranello car in the town hall, which they've got
Mm,
in the entrance, which I think basically was brand new and was put in the town halls, done no miles. I mean, what a fantastic thing to have in a
yeah.
local town hall. Um, but the following day, I think, was a bank holiday in Italy,
Mhm.
so it wasn't open. And he kindly got two police officers the next morning about 10 a.m. to come along for me and my friend to open up the town hall so we could take pictures and have a look.
Amazing,
So it
amazing.
was absolutely incredible that we were just waiting at the door, and then
And the
the
Rosas
police
turn
car
up and let you in.
the police car turned up.
Yeah,
A lady and a guy police officer got out the car and said, "Hi guys, here we go, opened up and have a look, take as much time as you want."
I love
And
that.
that was a great story, and that's something you don't see in many places. So that was really appreciative, and
Yeah, cool stuff. I mean, Luigi is a great guy, the mayor of Maranello, and now a friend of us here at Modena and Maranello. So he's
yeah,
a
he's on
member
the
now.
Facebook, our Facebook page, so a member on the Facebook page. So thanks,
Absolutely. So
Luigi, and hope you get to watch some of the podcast if you get any spare time. I'm sure you're a very busy man.
that's it. And vote Luigi.
Absolutely, vote Luigi.
Yeah, so for anyone who's thinking of going or hasn't been before, of course, please you will love it. It's a very quiet, full of history. For us, it's very special. For Ferrari fans, it's incredibly special. So please go. And as far as things to do in the area outside of Maranello, you've got the Lamborghini factory, which isn't far away, open to tours. And again, there's like a balsamic vinegar tour, wine tours, cheese factory tours. The Pavarotti Museum is close by. Delara, Sparco. There's many amazing places to check out, which are worthy. Outside of that, if you fancy a day out of Maranello, um, so yeah, so that's fantastic. So please go. And we're missing out a lot of stuff, of course, because we have to keep this short, but we sort of prioritized it. But I'm sure you got your own stories, and please comment and let us know. So that brings us to the end. As you can see, Paul has decided to leave because he has a special guest, which he would like to introduce to you. And here he is, Enzo.
Oh, here he is.
Hey,
This is
doing?
Enzo. He spent the whole time with us on the podcast today. He's too nosy. He couldn't leave. He couldn't go. He's supposed to be in bed now, but no, he's got to listen to what's going on. So yeah, here's
Absolutely.
Enzo.
Oh, look at him. Yeah,
I
great
think he wants
dog.
to go outside.
Wonderful.
He's a lovely dog. Go
Wonderful
on,
dog.
buddy. There you go. Oh,
There he
I'll let him
goes.
outside, and he's off.
He's off. He's done. That's
He's
good.
done. Yeah, it's done for the podcast now.
That's it. So that about wraps it up for us. We hope you've enjoyed it. And like I say, if you've never been to Maranello, please go. And if you have been, hopefully see you there sometime. It's a very, very special place. So yeah, so things to watch out. Obviously, the Daytona 24 is running right now, actually, as we're
Yeah,
recording this. So I wish all of our boys the best of luck, and I'm looking forward to checking that out in a minute, actually.
yeah.
And so, as always, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. Thank you.
Ciao.
Ciao.